Greetings, fellow Clashers, and thank you so much for spending part of your day with Clash of Clans Attacks, where yes, today, this episode was originally scheduled to go yesterday, but we had some new information come out last minute, so today is the straight talk about the update episode. And now things have changed a little bit since yesterday, because right off the bat, my first complaint was going to be the fact that I felt Supercell was not doing enough to communicate with the Clash of Clans community. Obviously, they're getting a lot of feedback through the forums, probably customer support forums, phone calls, emails, and of course, App Store reviews. And then finally, yesterday, we had this announcement. There are changes coming. They extended the personal break. They added a personal break timer, which is exactly what I saw people asking for, because there's just so much confusion surrounding exactly how it works, the cumulative time versus online time, people getting on, being kicked immediately. So there were some bugs they admitted in the system, and those should be coming out. But the way I look at this entire update is kind of like a car speeding down a mountain road. You realize the car is going too fast. You don't slam on the brakes as hard as you can and then slowly get back up to the speed limit. You slow down gradually, you take it easy, you don't want to lose control. You don't want to get rear-ended by the car behind you. And while I do fundamentally agree with the elimination of town hall sniping and outside town halls, I feel like Clash of Clans left a streak of rubber 1,000 feet behind the Clash of Clans car when they did it. They went way too far, affected way more people. This dramatic change to the shield system, the addition of the village guard, you've got the personal break, you've got the mercy rule, 15 minutes on, 30 minutes off, 30. It's confusing to me, and I was making these videos for 2 weeks, studying this material, trying to figure out the best way to explain it. And I still can't answer every question that I see on the comments to my videos or on Twitter or other forms of social media. I have to go back and reference all the notes. And if it's confusing to me, somebody who basically plays Clash of Clans and makes videos about Clash of Clans for a living, then imagine how confusing it is to the average player who just wants to get on and play a game, and they find themselves being kicked off after playing for 5 minutes. So now finally we are seeing some positive change, some explanation, and it's being done in-game, which I think is the right idea, because you have to realize, even though a lot of voices are loud on social media, Twitter, Facebook, even YouTube, it represents an extremely small percentage of the entire player base of millions upon millions of players who are playing Clash of Clans. So doing it in-game, hopefully, is explaining it to the average Clasher who may not ever get on the forums or leave a comment on Twitter or Reddit, and is just confused because they're getting kicked off and instead they're just walking away from the game. So we've seen some changes, but is it enough? Based upon what I'm hearing from the community, no, it's just scratching the surface. The clan war community feels kind of left out of this update. Not a lot happened except for the unbalancing of Town Hall 9. You add a freeze spell and 30 seconds to each attack, and it suddenly completely changes clan war attacks that really seem to be the sweet spot at Town Hall 9, when I feel like they could have done something to try to improve that balance at Town Hall 10. Instead, we see Town Hall 11, which is right now completely off balance, 3-star attacks like crazy, which should absolutely not be happening, but hopefully the change to the witches, or their skeletons rather, should start to balance that out, but who knows? We'll again have to wait and see how the game plays after that has been put in place. And the Eagle Artillery, don't even get me started. I've got an episode dedicated to that coming up in the future, but you might have seen my tweet where I compared it to a pigeon. It's really disappointing. The Eagle Artillery, it looks so fearsome. It sounds amazing. I love the graphic effects, but it's pretty much useless during the middle of a battle. At the end of a battle, sometimes it does seem to prevent a 49 or 50% cleanup, but it just doesn't do the damage that I really feel like it should, especially at Town Hall 11, and it also did not, let me tell you, it did not create the need for kill squads. In fact, I think the opposite is true with the introduction of the Grand Warden. I also like the Grand Warden, I like his passive and active abilities, but come on, you've got to use the Grand Warden in a tight group of units if you want to get the maximum effect out of the Life Aura and the Eternal Tome. So again, I feel like nerfing skeletons was probably necessary. Buffing the Eagle Artillery should be next in some way. Make it faster, make it more powerful, make the splash damage bigger, make it do extra damage to golems and lava hounds. I'm not sure. You have to be careful because you also don't want it one-shotting the Archer Queen and the Grand Warden. So there again is some sort of balancing that's going to happen, but I did say this before, I always feel like we see balancing, whether it be in loot or in troops. And talking about loot, looking back at the changes to the league bonuses, the word that was used in the Supercell post was significant. And I'm pretty sure in almost everybody's book, significant means more than 10%, especially when you're talking about hundreds of thousands. And that was about what the boost was about 10%. And I feel like between that and now this penalty for not receiving the entire league bonus unless you do 80% damage, that's just not working out. I also see a need there for that to be changed. And going back to the car analogy again, it's about slowing down gradually. I feel like too much was taken away too fast, and now they may have to scale it back as opposed to just taking a little bit off at a time and trying to find the spot where things are truly balanced. Now, I can't speak to the Town Hall 10 and 9 farming community, as I own accounts now that are Town Halls 11, 8, 7, 6, and 4. But my Town Hall 8 account is doing well. I'm barching with it. I am Quake barching, which is 4 earthquakes and barch, getting in there and getting lots of dark elixir. I'm successfully protecting my own dark elixir, and if I get raided, I am getting hit for more than 30%, so I am getting a shield. But speaking of shields, I am seeing a lot of people who are not getting them. They're waking up to plus 500, 600, 1,000 trophies overnight because other players are dropping trophies on them. It's like the plague. It's spreading, and basically it's forcing players into certain leagues based upon their Town Hall and their defenses, and they're moving, trying to get to different leagues to farm. I'm not sure how to get around that because that is extremely inconvenient. And again, I don't know all the answers, but I am hoping for feedback from you guys on this and more. And I'm sure there's a lot of subjects that I didn't cover, but you know what? I don't have time to make a 30, 60, 90-minute video. You guys don't have the patience to listen to it. And honestly, this isn't the place. You guys have to remember that I am not a spokesperson for the community to Supercell. I'm just another clasher, just another guy who likes to play Clash of Clans, and I end up making videos about it, and now I am where I am, technically thanks to you guys. So really, it's you guys I have to thank. We all love the same game, but they will hear you. Obviously, the changes that came yesterday are because of your feedback, the in-game experience that you and I are suffering right now, and it is being changed, and I feel that it is going to continue to be changed. But you guys also have to remember, please, that I am not a spokesperson for Supercell. I am one of several YouTubers who are allowed to have early content sometimes so that we can help explain what's coming to the game. But I'm not an employee of Supercell. I'm not reimbursed by them. I've never been paid by them. I've never received a single free gem from them. I started this YouTube channel because I love Clash of Clans, and it's because of you guys that I've grown to where I am today. I feel like I'm probably one of the few YouTubers around that at nearly 1 million subscribers still spends time every single day reading comments and replying to them. It's that connection with the community, the same that I feel when I am live streaming as well, that I really enjoy. And I've always said that it's important never to let negative comments get to you, and the same for positive comments. Don't let it change who you are. I've tried to stay true to myself, true to you guys, and true to this channel, and I will continue to do so, and we will suffer through these growing pains together and hopefully see things brought back into balance, see Clan Wars expanded upon and improved in future updates just like we were promised recently. And yes, while I feel that war players are important, trophy pushers are important, it is really farmers that are the backbone of this game that make up the majority of players in Clash of Clans. The developers of this game were smart enough to get this game to #1 with your help. I have faith that they are smart enough not to kill it now. So as we look for more changes into the future, please do let me know your comments, your feedback, your suggestions as well. And of course, let Supercell know directly. That is always the best way to be heard, whether it's through their forums, through their customer support, or their social media. And as always, you guys, thank you so much for listening to me stand on this soapbox and talk. And now my shield is about to turn it. My village guard is about to personally break my Let's get out there and make every attack a full attack. Before we get attacks first. Galadon, do you ever stop talking, man? Gosh.